Welcome everybody here on the Golazo Network with myself, Troy Deeney, and the legend that is Mike Grella. We have one big talking point to talk about. This man here, Mr. Mo Salah. Grella, I want to get your opinion on this whole development that's going down at Liverpool. How do you see what Salah said? What do you think to it? What do you make of it? And what's the solution?
By the way, reading it is not the same as listening to it. Once I listen to it, I say, this is a little too personal for me. It's a little bit too much. I think this happens a lot in everyday person's lives and in people's lives that do all different types of jobs, but especially me as a footballer, I felt this before. And the biggest miscommunication and why stuff like this happens is because you feel that you're owed something. You feel like you've given something to the club and you're not getting compensated in the right manner for that, or not treated the same way for that. Unfortunately, you're owed one thing. In life and in football, when you do a job for someone, you're owed the money that they pay you. You're not owed anything aside from that. And it's always, what have you done for me lately? And Mo Salah hasn't been good this season. He's been dropped for 3 games consecutively, and then all this comes out. So for me, at first I felt for him, but after listening to it and seeing the entire situation, Mo Salah's in the wrong here big time.
So how do Liverpool handle this? Because I think you're right. And I think it's really important for people to understand. This is 1 week. 3 games in 1 week. We're going to listen to it now so everybody else gets a chance to hear it. Listen up.
I'm in the bench. I think it's my first time in my career, but I'm very disappointed. I'm very, very disappointed, to be fair. I have done so much for this club. Everybody can see that during the years, and especially last season. Sitting in the bench, I don't know why. Seems like a club is throwing me under the bus. That's how I felt it, how I feel it. I think it's very clear that someone wants me to get all the blame. The club promised me in the summer for a lot of promises and nothing. So far, I'm in the bench 3 games, so I can't say that they keep the promise. And I said that many times before. I had a good relationship with the manager, and out of the sudden, we don't have any relationship. I don't know why. It seems to me, how I see it, it's someone doesn't want me in the club. But again, this club, I always support it. My kids will always support it. I love the club so much, and I will always do. Now I called my mom yesterday because I knew you guys didn't know that I'm gonna start or not, but I knew. I called my mom and dad yesterday. I told them come to Brighton game. It doesn't matter if I play or not. I'm gonna enjoy it. We'll see what's gonna happen, but in my head, I'm going to enjoy that game if I played or not, if I'm in the bench or not, because I don't know what's gonna happen now. So I'm just gonna be in Anfield, say goodbye to the fans, going to Africa Cup, because I don't know what's gonna happen when I'm there. So,
what do you do with the situation now?
It's not acceptable for me, to be fair. Like, I don't know why that happened always to me. Like, I don't get it. I think if I'm somewhere else, every club will protect his player. I don't know why I'm in that situation now. But again, it's how I see it now. It's like you throw him more under the bus because he's a problem in the team now. But I don't think I'm the problem. I have done so much for this club to get the respect I want to get, and I don't have to go every day fighting for my position because I earn it. People will say, you're not bigger than. I'm not bigger than anyone. I earn my position. This is football. Yeah. So it is what it is.
When you say that about the Brighton game, you mean that possibly it could, be your last game. You consider your future in January, perhaps.
Yeah, in football you never know, but I don't accept the situation, to be fair. Again, I've done so much for this club.
Is that what's so frustrating for you? Because you've done so much?
Absolutely.
Wow. You heard that. What's your immediate reaction?
What's your take on that?
My take is frustration. I hear his frustration. It's been 1 week. And I hate when players do this. What I've done for the club, I've earned this. You've been paid for that. You've been given all the adulation. You've done all of those things. As you alluded to, football is now, what have you done this season? And my question would be to Mohamed Salah and to all his millions of fans, which he's rightly earned. Can you tell me 1 game this season where he's been anywhere near the standard? 1 game. Just give me 1 game this season. He's been dropped. What I would like from a leader in my team would be to go, okay, I'm going to show you. But instantly he's talking about the club have made promises they haven't kept. He has no relationship with the manager, and now maybe he's leaving. He's been dropped for 4 games this season. The last time he was dropped against Frankfurt in the Champions League, guess what he did? Take all of his Instagram pictures down. By the way, this is not the first time. He did this against Klopp when he dropped him against West Ham. Against West Ham, they're having an argument on the side of the pitch. It's clear he loves football and wants to play football, but to me, this is spoiled and this is like entitlement that I deserve it.
Yeah.
Nobody at Liverpool deserves to be playing at this moment. Not one single player can turn around and say, I've been playing great week in, week out, we have to earn it. And I just think this shows to his character a little bit that you're very selfish, and he's taken all of the tiny bits of positivity that are coming, 3 games unbeaten, because they haven't won. They haven't lost, sorry, since he's not been in. Won 1, drew 2. Now there are little shoots of recovery, and he's made it all about him.
Yeah.
What about me? I'm leaving. I just don't like it.
I'm an advocate for the players because I felt like as a player, I'm sure you have too, where the club hasn't treated me correctly in my career. It's actually happened quite a few times to me, where I feel like the club and you feel like you don't have a voice. So I advocate for the players. I feel for them because they're human beings at the end of the day. They have emotions. But the major miscommunication, the reason, again, why this happens is because he feels that the club owes him something more.
Yeah.
The club owes him that he should not be sat for 3 games or 4 games or whatever it is because of what he's done in the past. The harsh reality, I'm here to tell Mo Salah and everybody that, and no matter what your profession is, the company or the club doesn't owe you anything. They owe you based on what you've done recently for them. That is the job of a professional footballer. You have to perform every single week, and he will go down as a historic player for this club, make no doubt.
100%.
But it doesn't justify what he's talking about and also how he's delivering the message. You can listen for yourself. It's a little bit over the top. Now, Troy, I will say, Arne Slot also has to take responsibility for it. Now, whether he's right or wrong for benching him, there has to be lines of communication. There's a way 100%. To do it. You understand this is a player that also did this with Klopp. You understand also that if he does get going, he's one of the best players in the world, right? So you have to understand at the highest level how to manage also this and try to prevent this sort of thing from happening. So I think it's a twofold also.
Devil's advocate. Do you not think he has? He kept him in the games a lot at the start of the season. Hasn't played great, as we've alluded to. It's only been this week. This week he's taken him out. Yeah. And this is how he reacts. When he took him out, literally for a rest against a Frankfurt team, when they rested different players, he deletes all his social media posts. So I would hazard a guess that there's been a line of communication that hasn't got over to where Mo Salah has handled it well. I want to know, what do you think is the solution here? Is there only one solution? Does he have to leave now in January?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. And also, this has happened, right? Yeah. This is our take on it. That's fine. How do you fix this problem moving forward as a club, as for Mo Salah, for Arne Slot? How do you fix this issue? For me, when a player's been somewhere for 8 seasons, 9 seasons, he's fought, obviously, with Klopp at the end of last season. Now he's fighting a little bit to Arne Slot. He's saying, hey, I feel like I deserve more. Well, then I think for me, it just seems like there's a natural progression to say, hey, look, he doesn't want to be here anymore. He's not performing for us. We have to move on because this is going to hurt the locker room as well. Once one player comes out like this and says this, and this thing turns around and he starts to play now every week no matter what, and it all goes away, now every player's thinking, oh, if I'm not playing, that's all I have to do. Yeah. All I have to do is go to the media and expose everything that's going on in the changing room and expose everything that's going on with my relationship with the manager and with the club and whatever else. And then I'll get the squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? Yeah. And so for me, that's unacceptable. And considering that he's been there for so long and he's not performing, obviously him, Arne Slot, and the club have to come to some type of agreement, which looks to me like he wants to move on, looks like to me like maybe that is the best option for the club. Yeah,
I think for me, the solution has to be move on in January. You have to. Obviously, he's gone away with the African Cup of Nations, gone to represent with Egypt, which is fantastic. But I think now, have that break. I think he will be disappointed as well in regards to leaving Liverpool. Where do you go from here? I don't think you're going to be loved as much as you are in Liverpool. I don't think you're going to get the treatment you want with the level of competition. As taught that he's going to go to Saudi Arabia. That'd be great for him and his beliefs, but he won't be playing at the level of competition he would want going into the World Cup. So I think be careful what you wish for would be what I'd be saying. But also on the flip side, for Arne Slot now, he has to look at this and go, I need to win. Because if the club make a decision, it's either Arne Slot or it's Mo Salah.
Yeah.
And you have to start winning some games very, very quickly.
It's a tough one, too. And like nobody can relate more to Salah than us, not in terms of playing ability, obviously, but in terms of when you play professional football at the highest level, you do give more than what you're paid for. You give,
100%.
Your family makes sacrifices. You make sacrifices. You travel. Your body makes sacrifices. The emotion. You go out there and you feel like you're with your brothers. You feel like you're with your family. You risk your health in those matches. You give a lot to the club. So I understand also from a human perspective, as he's saying, I've given everything over 8 years. I've been one of the best players in Europe for you guys over X period amount of time. The harsh reality, again, is nobody owes you anything for that. That's part of the job. That's part of why you get the salary that you get, and that's part of the business side of it. And unfortunately, that's a harsh reality for Mo Salah and for everybody else. Yes, you put a lot into it, but you get what you get, and that's it. You have to move on. And a player of his experience, the way he delivers that message, the timing of the message as well, says that it's more about him than it's about the club, and that's disappointing.
100%. I was at Watford for 13 years. Went in one day to train, went out next day.
We don't need you anymore.
Don't need you no more. There's a pay up. Thank you for everything.
It's tough.
13 years. No conversation. No see you soon. No great goodbyes.
Yeah.
It's football. It's the nature of the beast. But more importantly, I want to get one quick thing from you. They go out next against Inter in the Champions League. Does Mo Salah make the squad, in your opinion?
Arne Slot's probably sitting there thinking hard and probably dealing with a lot of people above him as well to say, hey, which direction are we going in? Because I don't think it's one where you go down the road and then come back the other way. So it's either they say, hey, listen, he's a guy that we need here moving forward. We got to make this work. We got to kind of quiet this and put it away. Or we say, or the club and Arne Slot saying, hey, we're moving on. This is unacceptable. You guys have to make a decision. Is it me or is it him or what? He's not in the plans anymore. And then you see him that he won't be on the squad. It'll be interesting to see if he's on the bench or involved, because then I think that adds to a little bit more confusion of where Arne Slot is and where the club is on him. So I think you won't see him involved at all after saying something like that. Because, again, if you sort of accept this sort of stuff, then it's just he's going to be the first player. There's going to be 5, 10 other players to follow after that. Maybe not just at Liverpool and world football. Say, hey, listen, whenever things are not going my way, instead of putting your head down in training or just putting your head down and saying, hey, listen, I'm going through a rough patch. Let me make this right. I'll just go to the media. I'll just go sort it out with the media real quick. And then you get your way. I think also, as a manager, you can't let that happen.
Yeah, it's a dangerous precedent. But, you know, Champions League, Champions Club, with us guys, Nigel, Poppy, we'll all be here. Only one place to watch it.